Now we know it's recording because it says it right there. Okay.
Okay, good.
God, I suck at this. Now I gotta clap it again. Well, no, it just started. Fuck, I'm so stupid. Okay. Alright, here we go. So I have to center myself real quick. Because I feel fucking stupid.
Namaste.
Yeah.
Yeah, you good?
Now I feel all out of whack. I fucked everything up. God damn it. I suck. I suck. Okay. Alright, let's do this. All right, everybody. Hello, welcome to a special episode of the Stinky Boy Show. We're not even gonna tell any jokes this episode. That's the special part of it. It's gonna
good.
be
It's gonna be funny.
we're not gonna try one bit. So I am Nathan. I am Fright Shocker on Twitter. I have Jeff with me. Jeff, introduce yourself.
Well, you just did. I'm
Introduce
Jeff.
yourself again.
I'm Jafeman
We're
on
not
Twitter.
we're not above redundancy here.
I'm excited for our first good episode.
Yeah, it'll be good. It only took us 15. We're finally here. And so, just a little backstory. This was the original point of this whole podcast, and we finally get to do it. So I'm going to introduce our guest for this episode. We have a third person on with us today. Her name is Mallory. You may know her as Piss Andry, formerly Piss Andry, always Piss Andry to me. She's now Faux Fox on Twitter. So why don't you go ahead and say hello to us, because we're self-centered.
Hi, Jeff. Hi, Nathan.
Why did you say hi to him first?
Fuck you.
He smiled when you did that because he knew it was going to piss me off. Fuck.
Hi.
Wow,
Hi,
you
Fright
really are
Shocker.
egotistical.
We got to start this over.
Calm your ego down, man.
All right,
Check
two.
yourself.
Take two. You got to say me first. Well, no, I can't even say my name's first on the show because it's not how it works. Now I'm all worked up over nothing.
Again. Man,
Again.
you gotta work on that.
Look, I'm a sensitive baby, okay? So as people can probably tell, this is going to be a very different episode.
It's gonna be structured differently because it'll probably have structure.
Well, no, it's not. It's going to have somehow less structure than ever.
Well, I mean, it's based on two questions, which of one I know.
And so first of all, Mallory, would you like to tell us and our two listeners, would you like to tell yourself and our one other listener anything about yourself?
I don't know.
Awesome.
What to say. Yep, there it is. That's me. I'm Mallory. Hi. I live in Alabama. I'm not from here. Please don't tell me that I'm Southern. I'm not. So.
Oh.
I don't like that. So.
We're not believing you. I'm sorry.
I believe you.
Okay, well,
Thanks.
you got half support here.
That's why I said Jeff's name first.
Fuck. Oh, it all makes sense now. Okay, well, where are you originally from?
The polls are in. A Jafeman's the more likable one.
Fuck.
I was born in Wyoming, but I grew up in Arizona.
Those are all places I've never been to. I've been to Alabama, but...
You've been to my city. You have.
Yeah, we talked about the mall there.
Yeah. That's the only thing you cared about was how cool our mall is.
Come to Alabama, we've got some malls.
Yeah.
And I think
Malls.
NASA's there too.
Is it?
Yep.
What do they don't even launch rockets into the air there. What do they even do there?
We're the ones who developed, like, Werner von Braun. He developed the rocket. We would never have gone to the moon without him.
So why did they decide to drive the rocket to Florida and then shoot it from there?
I suppose it's a better launch site.
Closer to the equator. Powered by heat.
Predictable weather.
I don't get space.
Well.
Fuck.
That's
NASA's stupid. I passed by that building once. It was really far away. That's all I remember about it. It was really far from the road.
What do you mean? mean you passed NASA?
Like
You
I
passed
remember seeing
rocket
it.
there?
Like we were driving somewhere. I don't remember where we were driving, but I remember seeing it like off in the distance, and I was like, that building's really far away. That NASA building's very far away from here, but I can see it. And,
The rocket?
no, just like I remember seeing the big NASA logo on a building.
Oh.
It could have been fake, I guess, but
It's a building from far away, just spray paint.
yeah,
NASA is here.
someone just it was called NASA's house.
Yeah.
Is what the building was
Nice.
called.
My name is James NASA, and I live here. I have a farm. I like to build rocket sculptures out of scrap metal I find at the local junkyard.
all I know.
Come see my scrap metal rocket sculpture museum. Me, James NASA.
James NASA. I forgot the guy's name, so it's a good thing you said it again. I just don't understand. Florida is no closer to space than Alabama.
And they have
To
bigger
think about
bugs there.
weather conditions.
Conditions like what?
The Everglades, swampy weather.
Is it better to shoot a rocket in a swamp than it is in like? I mean, I guess it's kind of humid in northern Alabama.
Yes, it is.
It's way more humid in southern Florida,
Yes.
which is not closer to space. I mean, I don't know the elevation, but
It's closer to the ocean.
what?
Okay. This this is not
We're
going.
talking.
Look,
We're not.
okay, we're done with this with
Yeah, we're
NASA
not
talk
talking about
because
anything.
this isn't going anywhere. Mallory,
Yes.
what is your favorite food?
Like type of food or
Just in
I mean
general. Any food.
Mexican food is my favorite food.
Mexican food? Favorite Mexican dish?
I just like a big old pile of refried beans.
That's
So your favorite
disgusting.
food is beans.
I
That's.
just like refried beans.
I guess that counts as Mexican food.
I guess.
You could have just said I like beans a lot. I guess would have been the same thing.
Yeah. That would
But
have
it has to have like all the it has to have salsa in it and that white cheese, Mexican cheese.
been. Okay, so you like a plate of refried beans with salsa and queso mixed in there. That's disgusting. That's
People who
gross.
know
I'm
me
shaming you on this.
People make fun of me because they say that I eat slop, and I do. I
I think
mix my
that's
food until it's like a slop.
yeah. I
That's
think
what.
that's called vomit salad.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah, vomit salad.
Yuck.
The famous Mexican dish, vomit salad.
Next question.
Right. Okay. So you want to just get into this, Jeff?
I want to ask her about her favorite animal.
Yes. I feel like we should talk about that because that is a big part of your online presence. Why is it that you like foxes so much? I'm not being combative because I like foxes too.
Like it's genuine intrigue.
Yeah, I don't think I know anyone who likes foxes as much as you do.
I actually like foxes more now.
Oh, I thought you meant more than hers. Or whoa.
No.
I would say, well, see, I wouldn't. I don't know. It's hard to pick a favorite animal. Foxes are what everybody knows that I like, but I kind of like. I love crows. I love owls. I love foxes. I kind of love all of them for the same reasons. You know, they're
Goth
curious and yeah, they're smart and I just like how intelligent they are and they're sneaky and they're clever.
Yeah.
I also like sneaky and clever animals.
I once saw a crow holding a cigarette in its mouth.
Because it's a badass. That's what it does.
Yeah. That crow's making some bad life decisions.
Crows are scary.
I think crows like to swarm a lot around here.
A murder of crows.
Yeah.
I don't like the name that they
I
choose.
love that name.
That's scary.
It's by far the best pack animal name.
Yeah, for sure.
Crows are really smart. I hate that because they can remember you.
Yeah, and they also remember all the racist things that you said when you were like 11 years old.
Yeah, and they like write you mean letters.
Yeah, they leave notes around like your normal spots. That's just like I know. I know, I remember. Or like
Nice.
don't go to sleep tonight. Crows are fucked up.
And you're like, I can't read this. It's like a bird wrote this.
Yeah, they write it in their own language. It's like a bunch of scratches on. It's just a ripped up piece of paper on the ground. You're like, what? It's trash. Get it out of here. Sweep it away.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you just generally like the
The craftier animals.
yeah, you like clever animals.
Yeah.
Animals that look like they'd be good at scheming.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
Understandable,
I like
understandable.
that. Animal. I feel like those are all animals that I would expect that like, if they had enough, just enough like human brain that they would go commit crimes. That'd be like the one
Yeah,
thing
I
they
feel
did.
like they're the villains of the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
I always root for the villains, so.
yeah, they're the villains in the way that like you sort of love when the villain comes on screen. They're that kind of villain. Like you don't only watch a Batman thing for Batman. You watch
Hmm.
it for like Bane and the Joker. It's like that. Like
I
you're like
I don't watch Batman ever for Batman, so
well
yeah.
exactly like the villains in the Batman series. It's basically bigger than Batman himself. People watch
Except
for
for
the cool villains.
Two-Face.
Except for what?
Two-Face.
Two Face.
I hated
Fuck
Two-Face
Two Face.
in
He's
Dark
the
Knight.
worst.
Oh yeah, in the Dark Knight, Two Face was like the shittiest thing. Unnecessary.
Well,
Didn't
he wasn't good in the other one either.
yeah,
When he Tommy Lee Jones.
that's true.
No, yeah.
There's not been a lot of good Batman stuff,
I'm an
honestly.
angry lawyer. Coin flip, coin flip, coin flip.
Well,
He's like,
I
my
mean,
face is all fucked up. Coin flip, coin flip. He's like, let's judge you based on luck with my double-sided coin flip, and like, it's heads, yeah, dead, and then he gets arrested.
yeah, yeah, pretty much.
I hate
I don't remember
Two-Face.
that part. That's good. That's a good part.
That's it. Well, no, that was in the. He wrote his own fan script for a
Ooh.
Batman movie. No one ever saw it. The people actually would send him videos of them like throwing it into a trash can.
Yeah, one of
And
the
setting it on fire.
they were like,
Yeah,
one of the pages of the script is just Two-Face goes into a bar, has a Tommy gun, rat tat 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 tat
yeah.
tat.
The whole page is rat tat 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 tat.
Everybody, he says is I feel like this should be like in asterisks or like parentheses, but
He
he
says
says everybody
everybody's
is
dead.
dead.
Yeah, everyone's dead.
He's like, "Hello, Gotham, rat tat 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 tat." 2 pages of rat tat 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 tat. Everybody is dead. Two-Face leaves the bar.
Exactly. Not to be like super nerdy. I'm not really a huge Batman guy. Like I'm not really a DC Comics
I'm not
person at
either.
all. But I think that The Dark Knight was made shittier by Two-Face being in it because the movie ended twice, and I wasn't down with that. They
Mm-mm.
could have basically ended like the movie where the Joker gets caught and like added another scene at the end, and it would have been over. But they had to add like this half hour of Two-Face being the guy.
Yeah, they could have like saved Two-Face for like the next movie
Yeah,
even.
fucking Christopher Nolan thinks he's so cool. He thinks he's so cool because he made some fucking Batman movies and the Blah movie. That's what it's called, not Inception. The Blah.
Oh, I liked Ball.
I did too, but he thinks he's so cool because he made Blah, and now he's making the Moses movie or whatever.
What?
No, not Noah's Ark. Yeah, isn't he making the Moses movie?
Exodus.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
Christopher Nolan.
I didn't think he did that.
I don't know. I'm making shit up.
He
I'm
did
just
that. He did Interstellar with Matthew McConaughey.
Oh yeah, that was the
all right,
space
all
movie
right.
that. All right, all right, all right.
He only says it twice, Jeff. God.
Whatever.
Get your
All
Matthew
I know
McConaughey
is
right.
that he made a space movie that seems cool, but like when you think about it, it's really bad. Apparently, like none of it makes sense.
Apparently, there's like
It was torn apart.
there's a whole backstory that is not even mentioned in the movie, but you're supposed to just go along with it.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's in space. Christopher Nolan.
Good on you, Chris. Oh,
Blah.
it's Chrissy Nolan.
Probably like a good amount of blah in there.
I hope so. I haven't seen it yet, but well, if they're in space a lot, isn't there just going to be like much silence? Are they going the Star Wars route where things still make noise in space because
No,
fuck.
like when they're
Yeah, there's a
when they're
few views.
going in space, like they're going in like hyperdrive or whatever, and they're going interstellar.
Ooh,
Like
the name of the movie.
Matthew McConaughey's got like, I gotta fix this thing, but like everything is like moving back really fast. Like there's a super fan like sucking things in, and he like drops a hammer and it goes down a metal hallway and hits everything.
So he's just a space mechanic.
I don't know.
So Matthew McConaughey is playing space Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Have any of us seen the movie? I haven't.
No, I
No,
was
I'm
assuming.
judging this book by its cover, basically.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
probably Dallas Buyers Club
That was an okay movie.
in space.
Good job, McConaughey. We're recording a podcast. I forgot. We're just talking about movies.
Hey, we're just we're
just having
getting
a good
into our
time.
settling into our paces.
This is fun. I mentioned it, but this is the reason that we started this podcast.
Yeah,
We wanted.
To announce during the podcast that this is fun.
yeah.
Well, yeah, we absolutely. Our number one goal is to have fun.
He's like intermission. Oh, this is fun. This is a fun podcast. Nathan, don't you think that this is fun?
Yeah,
We're having a good amount of fun.
I could cut
Talk
this
to
out.
listeners if they're having fun. We're having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna release this. Actually, I'm just gonna listen to this like in my own personal time.
It's pretty masturbatory. Like mainstream rap.
I love to jack off my online ego
Okay, let's hard veer into
to
actual
the original thing.
the
we were gonna
content,
do.
the
Okay.
intended content.
So Mallory, we're gonna ask you a couple things, and these are special questions, and I'm hoping that we can go into a pretty good discussion about this. But these are some hypothetical questions that we're gonna ask you, and we'd like to discuss with you.
Okay.
Okay, so basically the basis of this whole thing is just it's not entirely humiliating jobs, but just weird ass jobs. So I want to know a job situation. Let's say that somebody, a very rich person, paid you to come to his house every day, like 5 days a week.
These questions.
Yeah,
okay.
this question. So he pays you to come to his house 5 days a week, and don't worry, this isn't going to be gross. But you go to his house, and basically, I can't remember how it goes. I think you start off making
It's $400 an hour.
$400 an hour. Yeah. And so one time an hour, he lives in this huge house, multiple stories, tons of rooms, tons of things to do. You just sort of chill.
Yeah, you're allowed to do whatever
Yeah,
you want.
just hang out in the room. But the one stipulation is one time an hour. When he walks into a room, you have to make up a backhanded compliment to say to him before he leaves the room. And you start off with a certain amount of money a day. Yeah, I think you're there for 10 hours,
Yeah.
and it's 400. You start with $4,000, and is that right? 4,000, and then
Yeah.
for every hour that you don't do that, you lose $400.
Okay.
So do you think you could keep that up 5 days a week, 10 hours a day, where you just hang out in some rich guy's house, and then every now and then he walks into a room, and it could be any room. You could be walking into a room that he's in, and you have to come up with a backhanded compliment before one of you leaves the room. Could you do that? Like,
You
oh,
can't reuse the same.
yeah, you can't,
backhand.
like, you just be like, oh, your hair makes you look like you're not 55 years old, and like you keep walking. Like,
Yeah.
would you be able to do that?
It's like, oh, you don't look like garbage today. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Oh, you actually smell like a person.
For what? Like eternity? How long are we talking here?
Well,
Like,
it's a sort of you can
I
voluntarily.
think I could do it for a while.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like it's a job where I guess you wouldn't really have to do it for very long because
Yeah.
if you did it well, then you'd be there for not long and you could just quit. But the thing is you have to go into a contract. You'll have to say 3 months at a time. You'll have to sign a 3-month contract to do this. And then at the end, you can choose if you want to keep going or not. Or he can choose, if you're not doing a good enough job, he could choose to let you go, to not renew the contract. So you have to do 3-month periods at a time. And in that 3-month period, you have to never repeat a backhanded compliment.
I think I could do it.
Really.
Sure.
I think I could, but I think that because sometimes he would catch you off guard because like
If I'm making $4,000 a day for 3 months, after the end of 3 months, I'll just fucking quit.
right, but here's what I'm saying is that what if it's not as easy because he could trick you. He could walk into a room.
What are these like? We're like stacking up.
Yes,
rules
yes,
as we're going
because
along?
this is a real full situation that we thought up.
This is for real. Okay.
And it can't be that easy. Every time I come up with one of these situations, I have to come up with loopholes or ways to just not make it a win-win.
Yeah.
So
Why in the world? So you're making it impossible.
No, I'm making it a challenge
Yeah,
because
he's making it more
you have
difficult.
to earn the money that you're going to be making because it's a lot of money. Think about it, $4,000 a day potentially. Like that's a lot of money.
So you couldn't just say your balls look less saggy today.
Well, I don't know when you'd be looking at his balls, but,
Yeah, it has to
but
be.
you could say
They
that.
have to be like, yeah, they have to be like relevant, but cutting things.
Yeah, they have to like bite a little bit. And so you can't just sort of sit because imagine just sitting on edge for 10 hours waiting for him to walk into the room every hour. So you'll eventually start to sort of like relax and enjoy the fact that you're in this rich guy's house, just getting to like use all of his shit for free and there will be no danger. That's another thing. No danger is going to come to you. Uh, he could just walk into a room and you don't even know he walked into the room. And so you sort of have to be alert but relaxed at the same time. So he could sneak into a room and sneak out and you won't even know he came in. That's $400 you just lost.
Oh yeah, you have to be like on your guard,
Yeah.
basically.
Always find the rooms where the chairs are facing the door so he can't sneak up on you.
I think if I could make $400 in one day, I'd be happy. So losing $400 for an hour,
See, I feel like the
I feel like
first
I would be really, really lazy and just appreciate getting maybe like $800 or $1,200 a day.
Ugh.
See, I don't know. I Did you unplug yourself, Jeff? You
No,
good?
I didn't. I'm
Okay.
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 What the hell happened?
Jeff's sitting here fucking lounging and he's kicking all my equipment.
I'm not lounging. Now I'm lounging. Fight me.
So, anyways, I feel like I would do.
Would you like to know the guy? Because I came up with.
No, it would
Aw.
like I don't because then it would be personal. Or do you mean like you have like
I
an
have the
archetype
I
set up
have the
for him?
character, and
Do you have a
he's gonna be
backstory?
on both. He's on both. No, I just have his like physical
Oh, he's
description.
related to the other thing too.
Yeah, he's the same guy. That's how he's so rich.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyways, his name is what was it? It was Rodrigo Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodrigo Rodriguez.
He's a sweltering Spaniard. Sweltering is defined as uncomfortably hot. So he's like too attractive.
Yeah, he's so attractive that it makes you upset. You're
Yeah,
like,
you're
God
like,
damn it.
oh.
Fuck, this guy's too attractive. I don't even want to look at him.
And that's why he hired you to do the things you do. So like you keep his ego in check. Like
Yeah, you have to knock him down a couple pegs because every time he walks outside, everyone's like, "Holy fuck, you're amazing looking."
yeah,
So you're his live-in reality check.
he has an ambiguous age. He's
Yeah,
he's like he's that handsome. You're
he
just
could
like
be one of those like comic book characters that's just immortal and
yeah,
he like never ages. He could be a vampire or something like that.
like George Clooney's ambiguous age from like his 20s to until he was 40.
Yeah, because he always looked like 35 for like 20 years. He looked like he was 35. And it's like that. He looks like he's somewhere in his 30s maybe,
Uh-huh.
but like you're not really sure. Maybe he's making something to make him look younger or older. But the point is, he's so attractive that he needs to pay somebody to keep him grounded. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So,
Okay.
so that's why he's hiring people to do this job.
But what if I also just had sex with him?
You can't.
I mean, you can.
I'm saying for this, it's gonna have to be a part of the contract that you can't because then that would be counteractive to the job.
Yeah, you're right. That's a conflict of interest.
What if I was like cuckolding him? What if I was like fucking someone else in front of him just to make him feel like shit?
See,
And then I was like, like I would never fuck you, but this guy's better than you.
well,
I
that's
don't-
just mean.
Yeah, that's just mean. I
You know
don't
what I
think
mean?
that's
Like
not
maybe I
gonna.
could just get my $4,000 that hour and then
No,
leave.
it wouldn't work that way. I think he'd fire you.
That's not a backhanded compliment though. It can't just be like, oh fuck you, you're fucking gross. You gotta be like, basically the way that I think about it, in my things, I have to be a bitch. Like, I have to be a real bitch to this guy. Like, so you have to like, because just being mean to someone, they can just sort of bounce it off like, oh, they're just shitty, like they're not a good person. But if someone is complimenting you and at the same time cutting you down a little bit, it hurts more when someone's like, It's like, oh, you look like you lost some weight. Now you're not such a fat load. So it's like, oh God, that hurts. Really, like it hurts when someone says that because it starts out sounding okay, and then all of a sudden there's just like
This
this
harsh turn,
poison, like this venom in what they said. You're like,
like
that's not
it's barbed.
they're not being nice to me, but they want me to believe they're being nice to me.
Like
I
someone,
feel I feel like this hypothetical situation just shows maybe how sweet you of a person you are, because I feel like this wouldn't be hard at all.
No,
no,
see, I was gonna say a couple minutes ago, I think that like the first few days I'd be great at it.
yeah,
Like I would really kill for like the first week, and then like after a while, I feel like I would overdo it.
I'd run out of things to
Yeah,
say.
that's the thing is I feel like because I'm an overachiever at my job, and I feel like I would be doing more than one an hour, and that's fucking me up in the future because now I can't use ones that I used when I wasn't getting paid for it. So like I would run out of shit. Like I think I can be pretty clever on the spot, but I just feel like I would run the well dry way too quickly.
That's my problem. I think I'd last for a good. I think I'd be full paid for like a good 2 weeks, and
Yeah,
then like it would. I'd start to slip after that.
and I'd get mad too.
Like
I'd just be
he
rude at that
and
point.
the thing I think, if you reused a backhanded compliment, he'd get mad at you. He'd be like, "You already said that." He's like,
Oh
"You can't say
yeah.
that again."
Oh, that's a good little extra thing is that if you reuse one, if you reuse three backhanded compliments in a week, you're not allowed to go back for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
That see,
Oof.
checks and balances is what that is.
Because
It's just keep
how
piling
much?
on.
How much?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so let's say it's like 5 days a week.
Uh huh.
How much money is that? That's
Yeah,
$20,000.
$20,000 a week. I'm not saying that you're not gonna get paid even if you're kind of mediocre at it. You're gonna get a good amount of money, but it's one of those things where you have to be self-motivated and you have
Yeah.
to think like the more I do, the better I'll get paid and in the
Basically, you
long
become
run.
a shittier person after.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be like so I'll be trying to work on my material outside of work. And
Yeah.
like I'd lose all my friends and like my
Yeah.
family wouldn't really like to call me anymore and it would just yeah, my life would probably end up worse. But oh, all that money though? You're telling me in a few weeks I could make what I make in a year right now? I will be the worst piece of garbage on this planet.
I just imagine like being in the same room as him, and he just like gets out of the sauna, and I'll just be like, "Fuck, I gotta think of." He's like walking across the room, like, "Gotta think of something." He's like, "Can't."
Yeah,
He's like,
and
"Can't
see,
think of anything."
that's another challenge, and this is like you're also
I would fuck
constantly.
up, and I would say like a straight up insult. Is like the sauna makes you look really sweaty, and I'd be like, "Fuck."
And that's like another thing that I think would be an obstacle is that you're in this house and like you're with this guy who's the fucking a walking god, and you have to try to come up with bad things about him, but the whole time like you're distracted. Like, look at this fucking guy. Like he's beautiful. He is clearly the richest thing in the universe. If he can afford to do this, it's like how am I supposed to come up with something bad to say? Like I can. I could do that to anybody, but I feel like I'd be so distracted by that fact, by like the fact that this man is like perfect or something, that I would fuck up a lot. I'd be sabotaging myself. It just wouldn't work. I don't think it would work.
I think I'd say something like super cutting at the very beginning, and that would like be setting the bar way too high for me. It'd be like you're super pretty, so I don't have to worry about you having any talents at all.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good opener.
Yeah, and then
It's a good first impression.
he'd be like, "Oh."
Well, see you in an hour.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm gonna go cry."
Our hour's up. I'll be around. I think that would be in the long run. It'd be a tough
What if
job.
you like manage to avoid him for like a whole hour? Do you still get paid for that hour? Like, because
See,
the whole thing is, if he goes in the same room with you, like you
I mean,
have
I
to insult
guess
him. But if you don't cross paths at all,
I guess you could like sneak around the house and like get into like a Scooby Doo style, like you're running in one door and then you come out another and you're like all crisscrossing in rooms and shit trying to catch each other. Like yeah, then I guess that's a loophole if you're like a master of stealth, but he's gonna be seeking you out. So he's gonna be trying to find you. Maybe he has cameras or something. in like the non-private areas, so he knows where you're at, so he knows what room to go into. He could have the upper hand. Plus, he's a perfect man. I'm sure he's a master of stealth. He just crouch walks into the room, and you don't realize he was even there.
God damn you, Rodrigo Rodriguez, you
Yeah.
perfect bastard.
Senor Rodriguez, son of a bitch. Okay, so that's the first situation, and yeah, it doesn't get easier from here. I can tell you that. It does not get easier. Jeff, would you like to introduce the second situation?
Okay, I'm going to tell you the business that he runs. It's a facility that's televised on YouTube, so everything like it's widely viewed because of how weird it is. Like, Japanese viral videos, um, things of that nature. He basically runs a company.
I'm sorry, I can't keep it together.
He runs this fine establishment where he, basically there are two positions that you could work in this
This is
in
really
this building.
bear with us.
Okay. The
You want me to?
no.
Okay.
I got it. I got
Okay.
it. Okay. The first position is the more lucrative position. Um, Basically, you have to strip down to your underwear. And you it sounds really bad. You get on your hands and knees, and you have to crawl through like the legs of a bunch of people. And what they do is, is
Saying it out loud, like it's I don't know, it's different now. We talked about this months ago. It's different when we're saying it to another person.
they spank you as hard as they can.
Okay.
And
Okay.
for like I can't remember. Is this by hour or by spank that you get
This
paid?
was by line.
Oh
So
yeah, you
what it
get
is,
paid. Yeah, you get paid like
there are lines of people, 10 people to a line. For every one that you go through, you get a certain amount. It's like $100 or something like that. It's a small number. Uh, and yes, you get like $100 per line. And this is it is ridiculous now. Like when we came up with this months ago, it didn't seem this ridiculous until we're now it's going out. Everyone's gonna know about this now. Well, 5 people are gonna know about it. Um, so it's sort of it's like a sales position almost where it's like you're self motivated. You come in, you have to be there as a minimum of 6 hours. You have to be, or a minimum of
yeah.
4 hours. You have to be there. But you don't have to sit and do that the whole time. You only do as much as you want. And then say like you come in, you sign into your shift or whatever you want to call it, and you don't have to be there for only 4 hours. But also this gives you a chance to sort of strategize how you're going to do it. You could do a whole bunch at once and then chill out for a couple hours. You take breaks in between, like one or two. But basically, it's you go at your own pace. You are in control of how much money you make. It's just that you have to get over the fact that you have to go in just your underwear and crawl through people's legs while they spank you as hard as they can. And this position is available to anyone of any gender as long as they're a legal consenting adult. Anyone can go do this job. And that means anyone can go do the job where you're the person that spanks the people as they walk through.
That one, I think that one pays less
Yeah,
because you're part of a line, but
yeah.
like all you do is spank people.
There's less effort that goes into that job than into crawling through people's legs getting spanked for 4 hours. So I guess the question is, could you do that in the first, like at all? Do you think you could do that?
Which
Sure.
which one do you think you could
Well,
do?
would you be okay? Like, oh yeah. Would you? Which side would you prefer to work?
I guess I'd rather hit people.
You'd rather be the spanker?
So you'd take the slightly less money to be the one that spanks people.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. But
But I might switch off. Like maybe I could do one day I spank and the next day I get spanked.
that you could do that, and it
Yeah.
has to be, but you can only do one a day. So you have to pick like if one day getting spanked was like not very good, like you're like, oh, I can't go and do that twice in a row. You go, yeah, you go the next day and you're the one who spanks the other people.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay, so you could do either side, but and you would be okay with it being broadcast on YouTube, and or would you be okay with that?
Oh yeah, that's another thing. It's put on YouTube.
There's a live stream. It's a live stream on YouTube. It's always being broadcast.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Okay. Um, and I mean the other thing is that like this is an extremely lucrative business because so many people watch this. So you're going to be seen by millions of people theoretically, and you're okay with that.
Sure.
Having millions of people see you getting spanked
Okay.
as hard as you can handle it.
Well, you know what? I like this so far. She's just a trooper. She's going
I
along
don't.
with
I
this
guess
well.
I don't. I guess I don't. My mind is way more fucked up, so I would
Well,
come with a lot more.
Like
well,
it's
we don't see it as fucked up because we discussed this back in like August, maybe September, and we
This is
both
your
we
focus.
both we came to the consensus that we would do that. I'd be fine doing it. The money would be great. Like you
yeah.
can't pass that up. So I would
I
have
would have to take a break because after a while I think I'd have a really fucked up ass.
yeah.
I think handprints would
But
just
see,
form themselves into my bone structure.
I think what Jeff and I had come up with is that Jeff, you would be the one that you do a couple and you take a break and you do a couple. I would be the one that I go in there and for like a straight hour, I just do it nonstop, and then I just chill out for 3 hours and go home. I probably made I could have made a couple $1,000s doing it that way. So there's a
That's a
couple.
lot of spanking, dude.
I think I could handle it, and then I
Well, how
just
much do you get paid to do the spanking?
to do the spanking.
Uh-huh.
That would probably have to be just like a daily, like I mean, like an hourly thing.
I was thinking that you like since you're in a line of 10 people, you get like it's $10 per person that you spank. But there's a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that would go up and down because less people could come in on a day. I was thinking hourly, so you get
Yeah, but
paid.
you also work a lot less than like you only have like one part of your body that hurts. When you're crawling, you're hurting your hands, your knees, and more importantly, and most, notably, your ass.
Not only that, not only are you getting all of that, sometimes when you slap, you hit other parts. Other parts are gonna get hit. It's just what happens. That's nature.
And some people might have ulterior motives. Someone that doesn't like you could hear
Oh
that
yeah.
like, oh, I could spank this person. Like, I'll do it, and like they can like awkwardly grab your ass while you're getting spanked, or B, they put like they
Put their
save
whole
up their
life into
energy.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, they save up like most of their energy. Like they're just like doing like love taps,
Yeah,
like
little taps the whole time.
to other
Giving people
and then
softballs.
they're like, all right, it's this
Here she
person.
comes. Fuck this person. It's on. And then they take every ounce of power in their body and they put it into their arm and they do a full half circle all the way down like a lever, like a catapult.
He like they're like, okay, I need to get to the front of this line. He's like, because I need the room.
Yeah, I need everyone to stand back a few feet. You get like a head, like a running start, and then you go down. Like some people could be really shitty about that, and then yeah, you need to go take a break or call it a day. So it would really suck if they were the first person or the first line you got in that day, uh, because that could ruin a whole day's income right there.
I would be worried that someone like would specifically seek me out because of that. Like if I did it after like about a month or two, like they spent that month while I was doing it. They knew I was doing it. Like they were at the gym, like working their spanking muscle.
Yeah, they're just working their shoulder and like their biceps. I guess they would probably triceps maybe.
I don't know what muscles go into
Yeah,
spanking,
you just get
but
your
they work
shoulder.
all of them.
Your shoulder and your triceps. That's like the whole motion. If you're going raising your hand above your head and swinging it down, yeah, shoulder triceps. So they're just sitting there, they're doing shoulder presses, they're doing tricep pushdowns all day. That's all they ever do. And they're just getting themselves jacked so that they can come beat the shit out of your ass. Okay. So I didn't think this would be possible. I have a
Don't stop. Don't stop in the middle of this line because they can spank you if they can keep spanking
Yeah,
you.
if you don't keep moving, they can just keep going until you get out of the way.
Someone's gonna spank you so hard that you're just like, my leg's cramping up. I
Yeah,
can't.
yeah. So if you get hit hard enough that it interrupts you, you're gonna be in a world of hurt because that person gets like that's bonus for them. They can just keep going.
Yeah. Every spank they get paid. So you still think that you could do both?
Sure.
Sure.
She's right along. See, she gets us, man.
Do you have any questions
Yeah.
so far?
About what? The
About
butt thing?
yeah, about this about the spanking thing. And yeah, that's another thing. Would you feel, see, you appreciate butts. That's another big thing that you're about. How would this affect your stance on loving butts? You're sitting there like brutalizing them basically.
I mean, some people are into it.
Okay, I guess, that's
It could be sexually fun.
and see, and that's the thing. Some people go in there for a sexual thing.
For the sexual thrill.
You're not allowed to jack off in this building. That is an explicit rule. You'll be
Is
fired.
there like an underwear uniform? Like all men have to wear whitey tighties and all women have to wear thongs or something?
You just wear whatever you wear as long as it's not like too padded, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So some people go in for to get like their frustration out. Some people go in because yeah they get off on it, I guess. But yeah, the rule is you're not allowed to jack off.
I could never do. I'm now that I'm thinking about it. I could never do the spanking.
I could.
I don't.
Some people are just there for the money.
Because you have to spank. You can't not.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to like. I know there would be asses I would not want to touch.
You got to think of it as a job at that point.
God.
Everyone does stuff with their jobs they don't want to do. It's just in this situation, it's someone's butt that you don't want to have to touch. But money's money. You want to miss out on that income?
Would your butt get calloused? Would you have like a really hard ass afterwards?
Yeah, you probably get like eventually your skin
Gross.
would break. Probably that's why you have to pace yourself accordingly. Eventually, it would do some long term damn. Your butt would be tough.
I don't want to do this anymore.
You'd be
No, I
tough
couldn't
like
do
a
it.
steak butt.
Ugh.
That's a common. That's actually the name of the business is steak butt. But anyways, so I have a new question actually,
Gross.
coming from me.
Oh right, Rodrigo Rodriguez owns this business.
Yeah, this is his business.
So
and
he's just there.
he's very yeah. He's like a supervisor there. He makes sure people don't jack off and stuff like that. Because,
Sometimes he crosses the lines.
yeah, he does it sometimes too. Because that's actually sometimes he needs to be taken down a peg, and that helps.
He tells people on the stream when he goes on.
Oh,
So-
that's a big deal.
Because they're like, oh my god, we're gonna watch a handsome man get spanked a lot.
Yeah,
It's like, I'll watch.
Rodrigo's going into the lines now. It's a big deal. So, anyways, my question now is could I, me personally, if I'm going and I'm the one getting spanked, could I wear a cup?
No.
Fuck. See, that changes things because I brought that up. I hadn't thought about that before. Is that I'm gonna get hit in the balls a lot, like by a poorly aimed smack. I don't see. That worries me more than just getting spanked. I don't want to get hit in the balls, not by someone who's hitting me that powerfully.
Mallory, would you have any strategies for
Yeah,
the spank line?
What would be
for
your
steak
way to sustain and like keep it going? Would you go like would you just get it all out of the way really quickly, or would you pace yourself?
I would probably do it all at once really fast and get like a rush.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get like the
Get
adrenaline.
like the adrenaline going, and then you're not gonna have such an issue. If you go
Yeah.
slowly, it's gonna suck every time.
Because like Jeff, have you ever done any like serious like manual labor? Like my dad owned a like a home repair thing, and I would work with him a lot. And I know from doing that taking a break is probably the worst thing you can do when you're
Yeah.
doing like physical labor because then you just get tired and you don't want to go back. So yeah, if you get it all out of the way, then you don't have to worry about like stopping and then having to start again. So you do your work as quickly as possible so that you can take your break, and then after that you don't have to go back to work. But like if you do like 2, 3, and then you take like a 10-minute break, that feeling is gonna come back when you're like standing up to go get in another line. you're like all of a sudden you'll feel it like I don't want to feel this again. Like it'll be a serious problem. You're not going to want to do it. So I think that the best thing to do, unless you seriously have a high tolerance, is just do it all at once and then chill out for a couple hours.
I'd probably have to do it all at once.
Hmm.
Yeah, if I did all at once, I would do it all at once, and like while I'm experiencing like the first stages of being stung, like it hurts a lot. I'm gonna try to do the circuit, like the full circuit, as many times as I can, and I'm gonna take like the next 2 days off.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's another you're your own boss sort of situation where
I'll
it's like,
chill out at Rodrigo Rodriguez's house and give him backhanded compliments
yeah,
while I'm
my
soaking my
ass is
ass in an
sore.
ice bath.
Yeah, I'm sure he has an ice bath in his mansion.
Probably.
Well, he gets spanked too, so he probably needs to sometimes go home and no, I'm sure he's got the highest pain tolerance. He doesn't care. He's a fucking perfect man.
Yeah.
God
Brad
damn
doesn't
it,
even feel pain.
Rodrigo. Son of a bitch. I hate that guy. I hate
He
this
doesn't even
fake man.
exist.
This fake man that we came up with that's a demigod. Well, that's good. See, we only asked what, like one other person this question?
Mm-hmm.
We got a flat out no from him, our friend that we call Shiloh.
Yeah.
Just no across the board. He did not give us any chances to elaborate. He didn't take the money into consideration. None of that.
For the butt thing or for the
For the spanking thing,
backhanded?
he was
Yeah.
fine with the backhanded compliments, but as soon as we started mentioning getting spanked, he was like, "No, I wouldn't do that." It's like, come on, man. Just let go of a little bit of that dignity. Go get yourself spanked. Make like $1,000 in a day.
I wonder how transformative that is.
You
Like,
know that
I mean,
probably.
is there like music playing? Is this like
Yeah,
a
there's some.
festive
there's
club kind of thing,
elevator music.
or is
Well,
this like an assembly line where it's like really boring and fluorescent lighting and
no, I feel like if it was quiet, I wouldn't be able to do it because
No.
all you hear is like spanking and grunting.
See, I've
I can't do that for like 4 hours because when you're
Yeah.
done, like when you're like the area that you rest in, it's still right there. So
The atmosphere would be so fucked up. I
yeah,
couldn't
so
do that.
you sit there
That's
for
a good question.
like you get it all done in say like half an hour. You do like 10 lines, $1,000 in a day, great. Then you have 3.5 hours to just sit there and listen to other people getting spanked and grunting.
Just like, uh, uh,
Yeah,
over and over again.
it's just that for oh god, I couldn't even do 10 minutes of that.
Just like, like low under, like grunts under people's breaths, like someone whispering "fuck."
Yeah,
He's like,
shit.
he's like, "Fuck." It hurts.
It's just yeah, it's awkward. It's like you're constantly on the other side of a wall from like 50 people having sex all at once,
Yeah.
except there's no wall. You have to watch it happen too. So yeah, like it would be like when people stream themselves playing games on Twitch and they just have like this random like electronic music playlist in the background. It's just that, and it has to be loud so you don't hear. You don't
and
hear.
dark or not
So,
dark, not too dark because YouTube has to watch.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it would have to be like it would be the weirdest lighting situation. It'd be like fluorescent lights, like in an office. It's like weird unnatural
I'm
light.
gonna describe how like the whole system works. Like I was while we're talking about it, I was giving it a lot of thought. They make you wear they make you wear special helmets. The helmets have a camera in the back of the head that look right at your ass, and so like people can see your ass getting spanked, and they have a camera like a tiny camera facing right at you, like right at your face, so your facial expressions can, be shown. Um,
And it's like a dual cam, and there's different YouTube channels for each line.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
I would
exactly
say
what I
you
was
have
gonna
a
say.
camera in front of your head though, so you see the person in front of yours. I mean, you'd want to see the ass in front of you getting smacked. That'd be a good angle.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Oh, that's.
The person getting spanked wears the camera.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah, like so it's pointing
But
at.
instead of it pointing backwards to your ass, have it pointing to the person in front of you, so you see their ass getting hit.
Yeah, it's like you're wearing one on your head. It's pointing forwards.
They could probably just put 3 cameras on there.
You can triple cam, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Small
yeah,
fiber optic cam.
and then every line has its own YouTube channel that it's streaming from.
Yeah. Spank line 1.
Yeah,
Steak
and
butt-
And
Steak
for
butt
like
spank
a
line 1.
monthly service like subscription thing, you could get like the slow mo, so you could watch like the slow jiggles.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
you get access to the
You know what I'm
archives.
saying? Yeah.
The archives is just like, yeah, you can't get to it any other way. And then yeah, you just use YouTube has the speed controls thing now.
And like
So
once a month they'll have a day where just people who are gonna cry hysterically
yeah, they
get.
do. Yeah, they can do like happy hour sort of things. Where like, yeah, for 1 hour, this stream, this line will only be having this certain thing going on in the line. I like that idea. And then like
It's a VIP hotline highlight reel.
you have to get 60 frame per second cameras too for the slow mo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely
You
important.
could have like a special celebrity come and spank some people here and there.
Like a YouTube
And
star.
and now I'm gonna go into the way the spank lines are built. So it's like a little tunnel that you go through. Like you're going through people's legs, but they're like more elevated. You know how like how people sit like in chairs backwards?
Uh-huh.
Like it's like that, but they're elevated and like they have little stools for their legs, so there's more room for you to crawl under. There's lights on the bottom. There's lights on the bottom of these chairs, so it's well lit. And the people they're wearing like the helmets with just the one camera
Like
on
a
them.
GoPro on it.
Yeah, and so it's like watch. It's like first. It's like you're there, like
Yeah,
point of
you're the
view,
one spanking them.
like
You don't have to exert any energy, and you don't get paid for it.
POV porn, but it's just spanking
That's porn to some
strangers.
people.
Yeah,
That's some people's porn. So I mean, really, it's a very specific audience, okay? And also, I like the idea of just making it more and more industrial, so it's just more humiliating. Like there are these fluorescent lights all shining on you, and like, just the thought of it being a quiet room where that's all you hear.
I'm gonna add an addendum to the rules. Like it's like because that's too grim. I would say that you're allowed, like people are allowed, because it would be funny to see. Some people look just like so disinterested and dead inside from this. Like they've been doing it for a while and they're just like whatever. You can wear headphones and have music.
Imagine being the employee who's been there the longest. Imagine being their oldest employee, whoever that is. Just imagine that person.
The spanker or the person being spanked?
Either.
Either.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird either way. Like, I've been here spanking other people for longer than anyone else, or I've been getting spanked here longer than anyone else. Like that's a weird thing to be proud of.
I think it would be built like a gym. I think that's the atmosphere that Steak Butt would be going for.
Steak butt. I forgot I named it that officially.
So like you'd hear shitty music from time to time.
Yeah, you hear a Pitbull song every now and then.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be like yeah, it's not always gonna be good. It just like the music at the gym. Sometimes they play a song that you can tolerate, but sometimes they keep playing the fucking Cup song from Pitch Perfect,
Mm-hmm.
and they won't stop. So it sounds like yeah, I think that was a successful. I'm glad we held on to those questions for as long as we did. We didn't burn them in the first episode.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Whew.
And see, I originally we thought that we were going to ask this to every person who joined us, but no, I think these questions are officially retired now.
Yeah.
I think you really knocked it out of the park with us.
Really?
Yeah, we are not asking anyone else those questions, I think.
Do you have any further suggestions you'd like for the spank lines?
Yeah, any way that you could improve the experience
Or any
of
questions.
steak butt, or just do you want to know? And are you worried about us? Like, um,
Are we okay?
yeah, do you want to leave?
Because you came up with the question?
Yes.
I don't think it's the question itself. I think it's the 45 minutes of in-depth stipulations and like conditions that we came up with.
I mean, I think anybody can talk about anything for any amount of time, so
Look at
you
that.
guys just like to get into it, so I think it's okay.
That's the tagline to the show. You guys just like to get into it.
Spank.
Yeah.
The spank
I think
lines.
I think I would make it more fetish centered, and I think it would draw more people. Maybe
don't-
make it a little more taboo so it seemed naughty.
I don't know if if YouTube would let us keep it on their channel And that
The
would
thing
be
is, YouTube is like Instagram. They're just a bunch of pussies. You have to move beyond that. The censorship is overwhelming.
yeah, you have to put the word bubble over the nipple, or the
Yeah.
sun, or the smiley face.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you can't show a butt crack. You can't. I mean,
Fucking
because
Instagram.
You
you just have
can't show a
naked
butt
people.
crack?
No,
No,
What?
no.
Really?
no. They even crack down on cleavage sometimes.
Because that
Like
looks like a butt
if there's
crack? Like,
too
what?
much, like if it's well,
You
not
can't have like you can't have like dildos in a suggestive way or
yeah.
anything.
In
I
a
mean,
suggestive
I
way.
mean, I'm gonna have to test it out at one point by filling a mailbox with dildos and taking a picture of it and seeing if they take it down.
It's like my ex-girlfriend.
Oh, that's
She's
fucked
a
up.
That's the
mailbox
caption.
full of dildos, or she did that.
What? No.
No, the mailbox is my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a metaphor.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah. I wonder if Instagram would take that down.
Probably.
Good.
No. They'd keep
I
that up.
think I think
It'd be
Instagram
put on the
down my
promotion,
dildo
the promoter
picture.
page.
They took down your dildo picture?
I think so.
I didn't know you had an Instagram dildo pic. Well, probably because it got taken down, I guess.
Yep.
Look at that. Fucking
Free the
Alright.
nipple.
fascists. Free the dildo.
Yeah, free the dildo.